Today we will talk about what is dropshipping and how does it work. Dropshipping is an order fulfillment method where a store does not keep the products it sells in stock. Instead, the store purchases products from a third party supplier who then ships the items directly to the customer. The biggest difference between dropshipping and the standard retail model is that the selling merchant does not stock or own inventory. They act as a middleman. Instead, the seller purchases inventory as needed from a third party, usually a wholesaler or manufacturer, to fulfill orders. Want in on the action? Here is everything you need to know about dropshipping for e-commerce stores and how you can start your dropshipping product today. Now I will tell you how dropshipping actually works. Two of the most common approaches for dropshipping on Shopify are to seek out a supplier located in North America or anywhere else in the world using supplier databases, or to seek out a Shopify app that connects you and your store to thousands of suppliers. For the latter, we recommend DSERS, a Shopify app that helps independent business owners find products to sell. With DSERS, you can browse AliExpress and import the products that you are interested directly to your DSERS, which is connected to your Shopify store with the click of a button. Once a customer buys a product, you will be able to fulfill their order in the DSERS app. Fortunately, DSERS automates this process. At the store owner, all you have to do is check that the details are correct and click the order button. The product is then sent directly from the AliExpress suppliers to the customer wherever in the world they may be. Dropshipping is often seen as a no hassle, get rich quick scheme, but actually it is not. Just like any other e-commerce website, it takes dedication to get your startup running and successful. Done well, dropshipping companies can become reliable and convenient partners to growing e-commerce business to expedite order and fulfillment processes. Now, I will tell you what are the benefits of dropshipping. Dropshipping is actually a $15 billion industry. Dropshipping is a great business model for aspiring entrepreneurs to start with because it's accessible. With dropshipping, you can quickly test different business ideas with limited downside, which lets you learn a lot about how to choose and market in demand products. Here are a few other reasons why dropshipping is such a popular model for both large and small businesses. Number 1, less upfront capital is required. Probably the biggest advantage to dropshipping is that it is possible to launch an e-commerce store without having to invest thousands of dollars in inventory upfront. Traditionally, retailers have had to tie up huge amounts of capital purchasing inventory. With the dropshipping model, you don't have to purchase a product unless you have already made the sale and have been paid by the customer. Without significant upfront inventory investments, it is possible to start sourcing products and become a successful dropshipper with very little money. And because you are not committed to selling through an inventory purchased upfront, like in a traditional retail business, there is a less risk involved in starting a dropshipping store. The second benefit and advantage is it is easy to start. Running an e-commerce business is much easier when you don't have to deal with physical products. With dropshipping, you don't have to worry about managing or paying for a warehouse, packing and shipping your orders, tracking inventory for counting reasons, handling return and inbound shipments, continually ordering products and managing stock level. Number 3 is low overhead. Because you don't have to deal with purchasing inventory or managing a warehouse, your overhead expenses are quite low. In fact, many successful dropshipping stores are run as home based businesses, requiring little more than a laptop and a few recurring expenses to operate. As you grow, these costs will likely increase but will still be low compared to those of traditional brick and mortar businesses. Fourth advantage is flexible location. A dropshipping business can be run from just about anywhere with an internet location. As long as you can communicate with suppliers and customers easily, you can run and manage your business. Fifth advantage is wide selection of products to sell. Since you don't have to pre-purchase the items you sell, you can offer an array of trending products to your potential customers. If suppliers stock an item, you can list in sale on your online storefront at no additional cost. Sixth advantage is easier to test. Dropshipping is a useful fulfillment method for both launching a new store and for business owners looking to test the appetite customers have for additional product categories, for example, accessories or wholly new product lines. The main benefit of dropshipping is, again, the ability to list and potentially sell products before committing to buying a large amount of inventory. Number 7 is easier to scale. With a traditional retail business, if you receive 3 times the number of orders, you will usually need to do 3 times as much work. By leveraging dropshipping suppliers, most of the work to process additional orders will be borne by the suppliers, allowing you to expand with fewer growing pains and less incremental work. Sales growth will always bring additional work, especially related to customer support, but businesses that utilize dropshipping scale particularly well relative to traditional e-commerce businesses. Now we will tell you about the disadvantages of dropshipping. All the benefits we mentioned above make dropshipping a very attractive model for anyone getting started with an online store or for those looking to expand their existing product offerings. But like all approaches, dropshipping has its downsides too. Generally speaking, convenience and flexibility come at a price. Here are a few shortcomings to consider. Number 1 is low margins. Low margins are the best disadvantages to operating in a highly competitive dropshipping vertical. Because it is too easy to get started and because the overhead costs are so minimal, many contemplating stores will set up shop and sell items at rock bottom prices in an attempt to grow revenue. Since they have invested so little in getting the business started, they can afford to operate on minuscule margins. Typically, these sellers will have low quality website and poor customer service. While you can use to differentiate your business, but that wouldn't stop customers from comparing the prices to yours. This is increase in fierce competition will quickly hurt the potential profit margins in a niche. Fortunately, you can do a lot to mitigate this problem by selecting a niche that is well suited for dropshipping. Number 2 is inventory issues. If you stock all your own products, it is relatively simple to keep track of which items are in and out of stock. But when you are sourcing from multiple warehouses, which are also fulfilling orders for other merchants, inventory can change on a daily basis. Fortunately, these days there is a handful of apps that let you sync with suppliers. So dropshipping can pass along customers' orders to a supplier with a click or two and should be able to see in real time how much inventory the supplier has. DSCRs also lets merchant take automated actions when a supplier's stock hits zero. For example, when a product is no longer available, you can automatically unpublish the product or keep it published but automatically sets the quantity to zero. Number 3 is shipping complexities. If you work with multiple suppliers, and most dropshippers do, the products on your online store will be sourced through a number of different dropshippers. This means you have no control over the supply chain. Let's say a customer places an order for 3 items, all of which are available only from separate suppliers. You will incur 3 separate shipping charges for sending each item to the customer, but it's probably not wise to pass this charge along to the customer. And even when it does make sense to include these charges, automating these calculations can be difficult. Number 4 is supplier's error. Have you ever been blamed for something that was not your fault but had to accept responsibility for anyway? Even the best dropshipping suppliers make mistakes fulfill drop orders. Mistakes for which you have to take responsibility and apologize. A mediocre and low quality suppliers will cause endless frustration with missing items, botched shipment, and low quality packing, which can damage your business reputation. Number 5 is limited customization and branding. Unlike custom made products or print on demand, dropshipping does not give you a lot of control over the product itself. Usually, the product dropshipped is designed and branded by supplier. Some suppliers can accommodate your business product changes, but even then, the supplier has the most control over the product itself. Any changes or addition to the product usually requires a minimum order quantity to make it viable and affordable for manufacturer.